3rd February 2021. Morning Murli. Om Shanti. BapDada. Madhuban. Sweet children, give everyone the message that the Father's order is became pure in this most elevated confluence age, and you will receive the inheritance of the golden age. Question: what easy deal should you tell everyone about? Answer: follow the Father's directions in this final birth and become pure, and you will receive the sovereignty of the world for 21 births. This is a very easy deal to make. Teach everyone how to make this deal. Tell them, now remember shivbaba and become pure, and you will become the masters of the pure world. Om Shanti. You spiritual children know that the spiritual father explains that you have to tell people at the exhibitions and melas, means gatherings where you have a show, and explain the pictures that they now have to claim their unlimited inheritance from the father. Which inheritance? You have to explain how human beings became deities and how they can claim the kingdom of heaven from the unlimited Father for half the cycle. The Father is the businessman, and you have to make this bargain with him. People know that deities were pure. When it was the golden age in Bharat, the deities were pure. They must definitely have attained something to go to heaven. No one but the Father who establishes heaven can enable you to attain anything. Only the purifier Father purifies the impure and gives them the kingdom of the pure world. He offers you such an easy bargain. He simply says, this is your final birth. By I am here, became pure. I have come to purify you. Make effort to become pure in this last birth, and you will claim the inheritance of the pure world. This bargain is very inexpensive. Baba had the thought that children should explain that this is the Father's order, became pure. This is the most elevated confluence age in which you have to become pure. Deities are the most elevated beings. They are used to be the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan. You can receive the deity world sovereignty from the Father as an inheritance only if you become pure in this final birth according to the Father's directions. He also shows you the ways how to become Satapradhan from Tamapradhan with the power of yoga. You children have to spend something in order to bring benefit. A kingdom cannot be established without spending anything. The kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan is now being established. You children definitely do have to become pure. Don't perform any wrong actions in your thoughts, words or deeds. Deities never have bad thoughts. They never speak bad words through their lips. They are full of all virtues, completely viceless. The most elevated beings who follow the highest code of conduct. Praise is sung of those who have been and gone. I have now come to make you children into those deities. Therefore, you mustn't perform any bad actions with your thoughts, words or deeds. Deities are completely viceless. You can imbibe these virtues now because this is your final birth in this land of death. The impure world is called the land of death, and the pure world is called the land of immortality. The destruction of the land of death is now in front of you. The land of immortality must definitely be established. This is the same great Mahabharata war that has been portrayed in the scriptures, in which the old vicious world was destroyed. However, no one has this knowledge. The Father says, all are sleeping in the sleep of ignorance. They are intoxicated by the five vices. The Father says, now become pure. You will become master gods. Will you not? Lakshmi and Narayan are called a goddess and god. That is, they received their inheritance from God. Bharat is now impure. Everyone's thoughts, words, and deeds are likewise. Something first enters the intellects and then emerge in words. When they are put into actions, those actions become sinful. The Father says there are no sinful actions there. There are sinful actions here because this is the kingdom of Ravan. The Father says remain pure for the rest of your life. You have to promise to remain pure and connect your intellects in yoga with me so that your sins of many births can be cut away. Only then will you become the masters of heaven for 21 births. The Father offers this. That one explains that this is the inheritance that the Father gives through this one. That one is Shivbaba and this one is Dada. This is why we are always called BapDada, Shivbaba and Brahma Dada. The Father offers you such a deal. Destruction of the land of death is in front of you. The land of immortality is being established. Fairs and exhibitions are arranged so that the people of Bharat can benefit. The Father comes and creates the kingdom of Ram, means God. In Bharat, there will definitely only be pure people in the kingdom of Ram. The Father says, children, lust is the greatest enemy. These 5 vices are called Maya. By conquering them, you will become conquerors of the world. Deities are conquerors of the world. No one else can become conquerors of the world. Baba explains that if the Christians were to come together, they could gain the kingdom of the whole world. However, that isn't the law. Those bombs are to destroy the old world. Every cycle the world becomes old from the new and then new from the old. In the new world, there is the kingdom of God, which is called the kingdom of Ram. Because of not knowing who God is, they just continue to chant Ram's name. You children have to imbibe these things. We really did have to become Tamapradhan from Satapradhan over 84 births. We now definitely have to become Satapradhan again. Shivbaba has given you directions and you will claim a high status in the pure world for 21 births by following them. Now, whether you make effort or not, whether you stay in remembrance and show others the path or not, is up to you. You children show many people the path in the exhibitions. You also have to benefit yourselves. This bargain is very inexpensive. By remaining pure in this last birth, by staying in remembrance of Shivbaba, you will become Satapradhan from Tamapradhan. This bargain is so inexpensive. Your whole life changes. You must think in this way. Baba received news that when some children went to tie Rakhi, someone said that it was impossible to remain pure at this time when the world is Tamapradhan. Those pure, helpless ones don't even know that it is now the confluence age. Only the Father purifies you. Your helper is the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. They don't understand how huge the temptation given here is. By becoming pure, you will become the masters of the pure world. The Father says, by conquering Maya, the 5 vices, you will become conquerors of the world. So, why should you not become pure? This is a first class deal. A Father says lust is the greatest enemy. By conquering this, you will become pure. Those who conquer Maya become conquerors of the world. This is a matter of conquering Maya with the power of yoga. Only the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, comes and says to souls, the spirits, remember me, and the alloy will be removed. You will then become the masters of the Satapradhan world. The Father gives you your inheritance at the confluence age. Lakshmi and Narayan were the most elevated beings. Only they are called the most elevated beings who follow the highest code of conduct and those who belong to the deity religion. Everything is explained to you very well, but these points are sometimes forgotten. Then, after your lecture, you remember that you didn't explain certain points. There are many points you can explain. It does happen like that. Even lawyers sometimes forget points. Then, if they remember a point later, they start their case again. It is the same for doctors. They consider whether a certain medicine is good for a particular illness. Here too, you have many points. Baba says, I am explaining deep points to you today. However, all of those who should understand these things are impure. They say, Oh, purifier. Then, when you tell them something, they become upset. They speak the truth in front of God. Oh, purifier, come and purify us. They forget God and tell lies. And this is why you have to explain to them with tact so that the snake dies but the stick doesn't break. The father says, pick up a virtue from mice. A mouse bites you in such a clever way that even though you start to bleed, you don't realize it at all. All of these points should remain in the intellects of you children. Those who stay in yoga receive help at the right time. It is possible that those who are given this knowledge are loved more by the Father than those who relate this knowledge. The Father then sits and explains to them himself, explain to them in such a way that they feel it is good to become pure. By remaining pure for this one birth, you will become the masters of the pure world for 21 births. God speaks, become pure for this final birth, and I guarantee that according to the drama plan, you can claim the inheritance for 21 births. You claim this inheritance every cycle. Those who are interested in serving will feel that they should go and explain. You have to run everywhere to do this. The Father is the ocean of knowledge. He continues to shower this knowledge so much. Souls who are pure are able to imbibe this. Their names are glorified. You can tell what type of service someone does at the exhibitions and melas. Teachers should go and see how some explain to others. Generally, it is very good to explain the picture of Lakshmi and Narayan and the ladder. You became like Lakshmi and Narayan through the power of yoga. Lakshmi and Narayan are Adi Devi and Adi Dev. Both Lakshmi and Narayan are included in the four-arm image. Two arms are Lakshmi's and two are Narayan's. The people of Bharat don't even understand this much. Mahalakshmi has four arms. This means she represents a couple. Vishnu is also four-armed. It is explained at the exhibitions every day. Even the chariot has been shown. They say that Arjuna was sitting in a chariot and that Krishna was his charioteer. All of those are tall stories. These are now aspects of knowledge. They show the urn of the nectar of knowledge on the head of Lakshmi. In fact, the urn of the nectar of knowledge is kept on the world mother, means Jagadamba, who then becomes Lakshmi. This too has to be explained. People in the golden age belong to the one religion and have one opinion. Deities have one opinion. No one apart from the deity should have called Sri, means elevated. Baba was thinking that in order to make people understand, there should be fewer words in this last birth. You will become rulers of the kingdom of Ram by gaining victory over the five vices. This is an inexpensive bargain. The Father comes and donates the imperishable jewels of knowledge. The Father is the ocean of knowledge and He alone gives you jewels of knowledge. In the court of Indra, there are the angels, means Pukhraj and Sabads, etc. They are all helpers. There are several types of jewel. That is why they have shown 9 jewels. It is true that those who study well will attain such a status. All are number wise. This is the time to make effort. Your children understand that you became the beads of the Father's rosary. The more you remember shivbaba, the more you race forward on the pilgrimage of remembrance, the more quickly your sins will be absolved. This study is not complicated. You only have to remain pure. You also have to imbibe divine virtues. Stones should never emerge from your mouths. Those who throw stones will become those with stone intellects. Only those from whose mouths jewel emerge will attain a high status. This is very easy. Explain to the students that the purifier, the bestower of liberation and liberation in life for all, the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, Shiva says, O people of Bharat, spiritual children, by remaining pure in your final birth in this kingdom of Ravan, the land of death, the iron age, through the pilgrimage of yoga, power of the intellect with the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, you will become Satapradhan from Tamapradhan. You will once again be able to attain in the Satapradhan golden age the status of deity self-sovereignty, which is full of purity, happiness, peace and prosperity, exactly as you did 5000 years ago. However, the Father teaches us and gives us our inheritance before the actual great destruction. The more you study, the higher the status you will attain. He will take us back with him. Therefore, we should not be concerned about these old bodies and the old world. It is now time for you to leave the old world. It is very good if your intellects churn such aspects. By making effort, you will make progress and the time will come when you will not choke. You can see that the world is about to be destroyed. Therefore, we should connect our intellects in yoga. You receive help by doing service. The more you show others the path to happiness, the more happiness you will experience. You continue to make effort, you are able to see your fortune. The Father teaches you how to make effort. Some become busy in this, whereas others don't. You understand that millionaires and multimillionaires will be destroyed just like that. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, BapDada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says, Namaste and good morning to the spiritual father. Essence for the dharana. First point, in order to claim a high status, constantly allow just jewels of knowledge to emerge from your mouth. Perform such actions with your thoughts, words and deeds that you become an elevated being who follows the highest code of conduct. Second point, promise to become pure in this last birth. Tell everyone the way to become pure. Blessing, may you be unshakable and immovable and pick up virtues from others by constantly having benevolent feelings. Explanation, in order to make your stage unshakable and immovable, be one who constantly picks up virtues. If you pick up virtues in every situation, you will not fluctuate. To pick up virtue means to have benevolent feelings. To see virtues in defects means to pick up virtues. So, pick up virtues from even those who have defects, just as other people are determined in their defects. So, you must remain determined in your virtue. Become a customer of virtues, not of defects. Slogan, those who offer everything they have to the Father and become light are angels. Om Shanti.